So actually now we are live on air and we have Rimandas also joining us remotely and Gedrius. The rest of you are in the auditorium 406. Today's topic, radio advertising and sonic branding. Very exciting topic. I'm very interested. Do you see my screen that I'm sharing at the moment?
Yes.
So all of you, those two at home, and all of you in class today, the person behind the auditorium main computer, there's 3 videos I want us all to see for starters. So why don't we start by the first video? By the second video called Intel Rockstar TV Commercial. So if we start by that, please, and then we go to LG Ultra HD ad, and then we go to the first one. Perhaps now the ones at home, I don't know, it might be difficult for you to watch this at the same time while we are watching this hangout, so perhaps you can leave the hangout for a second and then come back in again, okay, so that you can have Rimandas and Yedriu some sound at the same time, because try to see if it works, because with Rimandas it didn't work last time. He couldn't see the video and at the same time be in the hangout.
Yeah, we will watch this video. It's quite short, only 30 seconds, yes?
Yeah. There's 2 ads, so the second and the third we have to watch. So I would suggest, Kedrius and Rimandas, you can either listen to the sound from the auditorium, which might be distorted. I can play this from my screen, but then it will be hard to or how should we do it? Let's do like this, that, Gidis, are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's have both. Let's try to see if we can synchronize both, so the guys at home could see from my screen and then hear from the class. Okay?
Yeah, we will try.
Let's try. Let's open the second one now, Intel Rockstar TV commercial, and pause it there on YouTube, and then pause it.
Yeah.
Go back.
We cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, okay. Can you everybody hear me? Rimandas? You can type in the chat. So don't mute me. Let's now watch this, yes. And then we hear the sound from the class. So we will press play at the same time, okay?
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
We are Intel. Sponsors of tomorrow.
Okay. Did we see this all? Did we all manage to listen and see at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. And also there in the auditorium, you saw and heard fine?
Yes.
Very good. So what was this that we saw now? How could one describe to us? What did we just watch? Who could describe, please? Anyone? Let me find here. Yes, Gidis?
It's hard to say that it's like a commercial, like showing that some, I don't know exactly to say, but companies like Intel, it's shown that not one person is important in the company, but all people are as same important as each of other.
I'm not sure if I heard you correctly here, but what was so you were right in that sense. What I heard that was a commercial from Intel, right?
Yes.
So that was a commercial from Intel, and the main message of the commercial was what?
Like the main idea that every company, people are important as same as there are no difference between a good employee, like a boss, and a simple employee. They are all at the same status.
That wasn't the message. The message was something else. What was interesting and funny about this commercial? What was, if you see, the only thing that there was some text about was towards the end. Gedrius, do you remember the text, please?
I remember that, and I quote, "Our rock stars aren't like rock stars like AC/DC, etc."
Mm-hmm. Very good. So as the commercial goes in, what do we see? We hear some rock music, right? Like some very epic entrance. And then we see this Indian-looking man with a pullover coming in with his mustache. He comes in. And then when he comes in the restaurant of Intel, in the cafeteria, the girls go crazy. The colleagues are reacting as if they saw a rock star in front of their eyes. And who is that really, Gedrius, the person who walks in the restaurant?
I can't remember right off the bat, but I believe it's. I can't recall correctly. Is it a manager or somewhat related sponsors? I can't really remember.
The person, that's fine. Does anyone remember? Remind us, can you remember? What did it say in the ad? Did you notice?
USB co-worker?
It was the USB co-founder. It's one of the people who, no, it wasn't the CEO, it wasn't a manager. It was one of the founders of the USB stick, right? So this is pretty brilliant. So the people who, I mean, this is now referring perhaps to geeks, but not only to geeks, to every one of us who have used USB and who hasn't, right? So this is the inventors of the USB stick, this guy with the mustache. Is one of the inventors. So he is treated like a rock star in Intel. And the joke there, the inside joke, is that our rock stars, as you said, Gedrius, are not like your rock stars. We think that these people are cool. This is our rock stars. This is our role models, right, in our company culture. And then at the end is something very remarkable also that ties with today's topic. The only sound apart from that rock tune and the small text that we see, who is the person, and our rock stars aren't like your rock stars, you hear something very specific at the end. What do you hear? So what you hear at the end is the very well-known Intel Sonic logo. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, Gedrius is right. It's the Intel theme tune, right? The Intel theme tune. Dun, 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 dun. Intel, sponsors of tomorrow. So then you have the Sonic logo, you have the name of the brand, Intel, and then you have the slogan, sponsors of tomorrow. So three things. The theme tune, the Sonic logo, I would like to call it. Second, the brand. What is the brand? Intel, in case somebody missed it and saw the commercial while they were washing dishes at home. And three, the slogan, sponsors of tomorrow. And that's the slogan of the company for, it could be many years or a specific campaign. depends. Slogans can come and go. Okay, usually the logos are quite static. Of course, the logos change as well. Let's now go. Is this clear now, the point I'm making about this TV ad of Intel, right? What I want you to keep is the Sonic logo at the end and a little bit the structure of the message. Very simple, in a few seconds, as Gitte said before he hit the YouTube video play button, and to the point with a funny element, okay? If you watch it again at home, now you'll pay more attention to these issues. Let's go next, Giddes, to the number 2 or number 3 video. Yeah, so the third, the Intel one.
Yes.
So let's be ready, please, together. And everyone at home, stay tuned here. Wait a second. Where's my Moodle? No, that wasn't that. Do you have yours posted already?
Yeah, we are ready.
Okay. Okay, now I'm ready. With go. 1, 2, 3, go!
¿Qué crees como documento? Sí. Muy bien. ¿Ingeniero comercial? Así es. Perfecto. Dice, eso es un de ¿sí? Bien, perfecto. Se está no. César. No.
All right. Let's stop now. So what did we watch in this video?
Another commercial.
Well, it's not just a commercial. It was more of showing how well did the television technology advance to a point where we believe that it's real.
Mm-hmm. So it was still a commercial, right? The video was a commercial. And what was the brand, Gedrius?
LG.
LG brand. And it was about a TV screen and about the technology that makes us believe in this 84-inch ultra super duper screen that it's so realistic, everything we see on that screen, that it looks like real. So the creative idea behind that, I want to hear from the students in the auditorium, like Regimantas. Come closer, Regimanda, so turn there and tell us a little bit, what was the creative idea of this commercial?
I guess the idea was to trick people or drag them into believing it was real.
And what element did that commercial use? You talked about a prank. What's the main element of a prank?
To use the TV and use the computer-generated asteroid.
Yeah. In order to achieve what? Because I heard also you in the auditorium there. I think my point is to create laughter and humor, right? When you want to prank somebody, okay, maybe they're annoyed that why they're pranked, but maybe they're also, as they did in the prank, that they were laughing and smiling, and you were also, I heard you were laughing. So they used the element of humor to pull this prank with the use of technology, and that's the creative idea behind the ad, right? So somewhere in an ad agency, they thought, we have this client, it's LG, they have a new screen, how do we advertise it? And then they came up with this idea, let's use humor, let's make a prank where somebody goes into an interview and the window is transformed into, or the screen is transformed into a window, and that confuses people. They might believe that actually an asteroid, a meteor is coming crashing on Earth. So how about the rest of the students there at the back? Can you please have you come to the first table, please? And who is there? Is it a colleague standing up, or who is that person? What's happening now? Why there's some? Gidis? What's happening now? There's some people standing up, there's some people walking there. What's happening? Okay. So let's continue now. We are live in this session, media communication. Today's topic, sonic branding and radio advertising. I want you to, if you don't have any problem with your back or anything, that you don't have to stand up, like you can sit for a while there, so that otherwise I don't know what's happening if there is a need to do something or somebody has come into the room. But please inform me if a colleague came or something is going on. Otherwise, I don't know, should we stop or should we go on or whatnot? So is it okay? Do we go on now, or?
I believe it's fine.
Okay, let's go. Now, Gidis, please get ready for the third video.
He's busy, so I will do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
So the third video is actually the first, the one that says Sonic Branding by Massive Music.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Everybody, I want your attention. Please be quiet. And with 1, 2, 3, go, Regimantas. Do you hear anything?
Sonic branding. What is it, and what can it do for you and your brand? The most important question is, what does your brand sound like? With the constant development of media and the evolution of our audio-visual technology, people are constantly bombarded with audio directions every day. Which means it's becoming more difficult to recognize and listen to us. However, there is a way to stand out. It's a well-known fact that distinguished companies express their own corporate communications with both a visual logo and a house sound. But what about consistency in hearing? It's been proven that sound is a strong memory trigger because it heightens the brain's ability to recall information. For example, sometimes you can tell what an object is just by the sound it makes. And by using only a few sounds, it's possible for you to hear what time of day it is. And hearing specific music might create an alarming situation. Or put you in an entertaining place. The council will take these to two applications. Surface happens when you make it seem as if you're dreaming. Or tell you to wake up. Brands can take advantage of this anchoring in the brain by using their own sound as part of their corporate communications. For this, some brands already use the power of a sound logo, like this. Or this one. Or this. Some brands even use a complete song to base their logo on. Or like this tune that hasn't been aired for years, but which many people still connect to the brand. There are many ways to use sonic branding. Let's take the brand's sound logo and examine a few basic aspects. Imagine this brand also uses a friendly voiceover.
Hello, Madison. Hola, let's go. Good time downtown.
Now let's expand the sound logo to a corporate unit. And combine this with the voice for the phone.
Welcome to our company.
Using the company's call center.
Please hold the line. We'll be right with you.
Or maybe in a more acoustic version, the ambient sound of their business line.
Welcome. We hope you enjoy your stay. Our staff will be at your service.
Suppose this brand wants to use a contemporary soundtrack for its TV commercial. Or maybe add its voice to explain some details.
Get our news product at your local dealer or check our website for more information.
They can also think of having their own song at a company event or at a club night. Or even a rock song at a sponsored festival. Maybe they'd like to reach a completely different audience. These decisions depend on the brand's marketing strategy. So if you take these sonic expressions, match them with brand values, and use them in a consistent way, at the right places, then sound becomes an indispensable part of the corporate identity. Moreover, according to Martin Lindstrom, 74% of Europeans recognize the Nokia ringtone and associate a tone with the brand. AT&T found that when put on silent hold, nearly 60% of all callers hang up. Hargreaves in the North, Leicester University, found that ads with music that fit the brand are 96% more likely to be remembered than those with non-fit music. They also found that respondents are 24% more likely to purchase the product in an ad which featured fit music rather than non-fit music. With all this information in mind, we at Massive Music truly believe that sound is an indispensable component of your brand strategy. Giving your brand its audio DNA. We would like to thank you for your honorable attention and look forward to hearing you in the near future.
All right, that's fine. We can pause the video there. Thank you. Was it difficult for Regimantas, Kedrius at home, and Thomas to follow the video?
Not for me.
Okay,
No
you managed
difficulties
to.
whatsoever.
No difficulties. Okay. Did I hear? Is it still my colleague or some colleague there in class, or is it somebody else discussing something there? What's happening? Regimantas?
What?
I was listening to some people talking during the video. I don't know, at least in my ear I could hear something. Is it some colleague there asking something, discussing something with students, or?
We were just talking.
Who?
In the back.
Okay, when this is happening now, we have a live class. We are live, and it's the same thing that I'm there. So please do not talk with each other, because it's very painful to listen to a video and then have some other sounds whispering, and it destroys, I think, everybody's attention, especially those that follow from somewhere else. Okay, so I want the same respect whether I'm there or whether I'm a few kilometers away, but still virtually I'm present. Okay, is this clear? If you have some questions, of course, you can talk, but when we're watching a video or something is going on, especially since we're with the technology through distance, it makes things very difficult, okay? It puts people in a very difficult position and confuses them. So it hinders, it's a noise to the communication. So let's make the noise less, okay? Since we're teaching and learning about communication. So less noise, better communication. Let's do that. Let me pause this here. So now we've seen this very nice video by a company called Massive Music. They did a very good video on the topic of sonic branding. That's why I'm showing it. I'm not promoting the company itself, but I think that they made a very beautiful presentation there to give you an idea about what sonic branding is, what it can do to in terms of marketing, in terms of business, for corporate identity. So sound is a big part of corporate identity, and I want you to think about this now for your upcoming assignments, everything that you have learned and heard and what we'll be going through today. So now I'm going through my presentation for today. Before that, I wonder, do you have any questions regarding the video we just watched?
No.
No? But I think you agree with me that it was a very well made video, right?
Yes.
Very well made, concise, to the point, nice visuals. I'll just share my screen now so we can see and discuss about these issues. This is a Prezi that it has lots of information about advertising in general, but I want to stick to the part about sonic branding in particular, so I might skip a few slides and come here perhaps. Wait a second. Well, I can take it from a step back, yes. Or maybe this is so historical. Maybe here. Let's stay here perhaps, and we can continue. So today we talk about advertising objectives as a starter, and then we continue with radio advertising in particular. So very much similar to what communication objectives are. Advertising objectives help build brand image. So as we've seen in the first two ads for Intel and LG, those ads, those TV ads, were in line with a certain brand image that the companies have cultivated throughout the years. And what they want to succeed when we're talking about brand image is to create this top of mind and first choice options, which means that when you hear about a product or a service, if somebody would ask you, let's say, what's the safest car? The first thing, top of your mind, or your first choice to buy would be, oh, safest car, it must be a Volvo. That's what I'll buy. Or I don't know, what comes to your mind when you hear safest car? What would be your first choice, top of your minds?
Ford.
Ford, okay, Ford, very good. Safe, Ford. I don't know, somebody else? Would it be an Audi, or would what other brands there are? I don't know. I don't know anything about cars. I don't even have a driving license, but help me. Or what would be, in your case, the most reliable computer? What would be the best computer brand in your opinion? No?
Dell.
A Dell. Durable and good cost value for money? Right? So people, of course, first choice and top of mind differs compared to, like if you compare different people and people's opinion. But this is very important in advertising to know what the brand image is of certain brands, which means brand image is how a brand is perceived, which means what people think of the brand. Whereas brand identity, on the other hand, it means that what a brand really is. So when we're talking about image, is not necessarily what the brand is, but how, also with the help of advertising as a form of communication, of mediated communication, create certain images and associations in people's minds. So another advertising objective, as it is a communication medium, is to inform, to persuade us, to support other marketing efforts such as public relations. Or when we're talking about marketing efforts, can you give some examples of what are we talking about? What belongs into marketing? Because advertising is a part of marketing. What other parts are part of marketing? What does marketing consist of? Any ideas? Did you have any marketing classes going on? No? Okay.
Well, we did, but it's hard to remember because it was 2 years ago.
All right. But when we talk about marketing and marketing communications in particular, we talk about advertising. So advertising is part of marketing. Selling, personal selling, is part of marketing. Public and media relations is part of marketing. We talk about exhibitions and trade fairs. They're part of marketing communications. We talk about sales promotions. So get one shampoo and get two for free. That's a sales promotion communication tool. So these are part of marketing. We're talking about e-communications. So all these are parts of marketing communications. And advertising happens to be one of the most visible parts of marketing communications. And then, of course, to encourage action, which means to actually persuade people to pick up that shampoo from the shelf and not the other one. So these are more details about what advertising is doing, from building awareness, as we said, to creating brand image, to persuade people, to taking actions in purchasing. So lots of functions that advertising falls into. And remember this, because you have a task to create a radio ad, and this all you have to go through the Prezi again to make sure that you can select one or two of those and create your own radio ad that has a function, whether it's to create a brand image or to persuade people to do something, or to create an incentive, a reason to take action, like buy this, subscribe there, donate there for that cause, etc., etc., a call to action. Different types of advertising. And this is where I want to start focus today. I don't know if you can see clearly here, because this creative strategy and creative tactics will help you when making your own. I'm sorry, I cannot make this more full screen that it is already, or I could try again, but let's see. No. But hopefully you can see there's two ways to structure an ad. First, an emotional appeal or emotional appeals, and second, rational appeals. When we're talking about emotions, we're talking about things that, feelings, right? And they can be positive and they can be negative. They can be happiness and sadness and fear. So all of these are human emotions. So they appeal to the human psychological and social needs. So they pull something in our hearts. Something is happening when we see ads that they use these emotional effects. So for instance, the fear appeal, which is an emotional appeal, may show to the consumer, or the client's customers, so the ones who are doing the, have requested and paid for the ad, that that how to avoid a problem or the consequences. For instance, you might see some public service announcements, some ads about quitting smoking or drinking and driving, right? That they create this fear in people. So then people feel afraid that, oh, this is what I'm doing to my lungs. This is what will happen to me and my children, right? So they want to motivate people and take action by putting this element of fear into the ads. And then the use of humor is very common in creating ads. We saw that in both the first and the second commercial about Intel and LG. So the humor is creates this path to the brain where makes an ad more memorable. Because if something makes you laugh and something is funny, maybe you want to watch it again. Maybe you'll tell your friends. Maybe it will be around in your mind for a second, and then you'll find that LG commercial and you put it on your Facebook or send it to somebody. Or next time there is a topic about advertising, it will be the first thing that comes to your mind. Or if you want to buy a new flat screen, high definition, this and that, maybe that could be your top of mind first choice by watching this ad. Fantasy is another appeal. So we've seen them, for instance, in some Axe commercials, that the angels falling from the sky. So you wear this perfume, and the girls, the angels are the Playboy bunnies, or what Victoria's Secret angels are running behind you and whatnot. And then from the emotional appeals, we go to the rational appeals, where we have logical information that talk about product benefits, features, advantages, prices, proof, commercials and ads that show, for example, how a product is used. For instance, you use this magical liquid and your t-shirt is dirty, full of mud and blood and hard like stains and wine, whatever, and then you use our magical liquid or powder, put it in the washing machine, and voila, it's bright white, and that's a product demonstration. right? I believe you might have seen some commercials like that, or you use that toothbrush, toothpaste, and your teeth are yellow before, and now with using our product in this shopping mall, the people have whiter teeth than ever, right? So these are some appeals and tactics. So I want you to remember those two: emotional and rational. And it could be a combination of two, but usually in advertising, if you go for an emotional ad, you don't first do something very emotional and then you tell the price of this product. Maybe you have a different aim. Okay? Do you still see my screen?
Yes.
Everything okay?
Yes.
All right. So keep those two in mind, because I want to see you use either emotional or rational appeals and tactics to your own ads. I want to see them. And as we talked last time also, we've seen the spinning dancer, right? The different sides of the brain, the right and left. You remember that? So remember that people are different. So people can use both sides of the brain, and others are more creative or more logical. People are more emotional, or people are more logical. So you have to know what is your target audience in order to do a successful ad, a successful advertisement for people who have different needs. So there is a term in advertising called left brain advertising, which means that it's the more logical, rational side of the brain, and these are the rational appeals that we just spoke about, the use of numbers and words and concepts. And here you will see here some examples of rational appeals. A talking head in a TV ad would be a person whose head we see that talks about this product, maybe in a form of a testimonial. Maybe it's a doctor and we see that person with a doctor's robe on, so he or she looks very like an expert in the field. Demonstrations that we just spoke about, problem solution ads, testimonial ads where you have people saying how satisfied they were from the product. Slice of life types of ad are ads that show a part of a person's life. It's a short story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. So the woman goes there from the morning, wakes up, takes a shower, puts that special deodorant, goes to work, goes to gym, meets her friends, has an active lifestyle, and then comes home and smells like flowers, and she hasn't sweated a bit. Okay, that could be a slice of life. Dramatization, these are all in that same line again, showing how like with the, for instance, with the use of actors, how a situation would be with the use of the product or service. So how rationally, how good the product is in certain situations, and then you show that situation, you tell a story, but of course instead of finding the actual people, the customers who use the product, so it's not a testimonial, but you use actors to create this ad. And also comparative ads use logical and rational appeals, but there might be some ethical issues related to comparative ads, which means that perhaps you have to see the law in your country, what is allowed, what is not. But some rule of thumb, some basic rule is that you shouldn't trash somebody else's product, and not to photograph some other company and say how much better your company is. You can make an ad about how good your company is, but not to compare it to other competitors. And then the right brain advertising, where we use that emotional side of the brain, the feelings, the emotional appeal, as we just spoken about. It's more about this heartstrings that are being pulled in our heart, and the use of all these emotional appeals that you see here. Humor, fear, warmth, eroticism, music. Do you have some questions? Okay. And then, so now we talked about the rational appeals and the emotional appeals. So left and right brain advertising, they mean similar things. And then as a bonus, it might be some new ideas for you also to think also for your own ads, or if you choose to work in an ad agency in the future, or you have a client that wants you to create an ad, whether it's a print ad, a flyer, a poster, or anything, a radio ad, a video ad. So you have to be familiar with all these types to offer good solutions to your clients. Endorsers is another third category, I would say, where you have an expert or a celebrity endorsing your product, which means that those people who are highly regarded experts or highly regarded people in certain industries, whether it's entertainment, or whether it's an actor or a famous singer, or whether it's an expert lawyer or doctor or whatever the field could be, a golfer, an athlete. Those people can endorse products as well, because they bring their own celebrity and expert brand image and give it to the product. So for that reason, you have to be very careful to take care of this product, as you see here, this product match hypothesis. This product match-up hypothesis means that you have to be very careful to match the right expert with the right product. There's no purpose of using a celebrity just because they're famous and you happen to know them or know somebody who knows them, to ask them to do an ad for a specific brand if there is no match-up with the product. So you cannot ask a very active smoker to endorse some company or product brand that is all for healthy living and this and that, right? So you see there's a disparity there, and that will definitely be a problem, will create more confusion to your viewers, to your listeners, to your customers, that why you chose this bad example to advertise something positive. Here are some more examples that I want you to go through and consider for your assignments as well. So on the first side, on the first column, there's some words that provide some common advertising appeals. And then on the other column, you see how this advertising appeal is used or has been used in ads. Of course, you can do something innovative and mix and match, or come up with your own appeal if there is something, and with your own way of how to promote it in your ad. So take a look and read a little bit, go through this list now. Just browse through. Is there some unknown questions, some unknown, words that you have, so you can make a question Something that you don't understand? Hmm? Are all words clear somehow?
I think it's clear.
Okay. Let's continue then. Uh-huh. No, wait. So we were here in the advertising appeals. So are you familiar? On the left side, you see Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and I wonder if this pyramid is familiar to you, this triangle that you see now. Have you done it in any of your course? Did you study Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Yes, some yes. Have you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, good, good. So this very common example that is used in education a lot, from psychology to marketing to communication to media to all kinds of fields. It's very interesting model that shows from the ground up, from the bottom to the top, the needs that a person needs to satisfy before they go to the next level, and hopefully aiming towards reaching self-actualization, although not all people are able to reach that high part of the pyramid. But here you see on this next page, in this slide, that how the needs in the first left column are tied up with advertising appeals. So take this into consideration when you're building your own ads, and this will give you ideas what heartstrings you want to pull if you want to go for an emotional appeal that targets towards social needs. If you feel that you have a brand that helps people in their social needs, achieve social needs, maybe you should go for an emotional appeal that talks about one of these, right? We'll go through the task, and then you have some, I think when you come back here, you find some ideas how to structure your ad. Now, I want to pause here for a second, and do you still see my screen? I'm now in Moodle.
Yes.
What's happening? Is everything okay there? Did people leave from that desk there behind, or did they change position? Okay. That's fine. Their loss. They'll have to watch the video then to catch up, because at the end of the day they have 3 weeks to complete this course. So let's go now to this page where here, this is the one before last assignment. So I want you all to go to Moodle and see this for yourselves. I've updated the task. Learning assignment 4, create a radio ad. And I delete the part about podcast because you're making a webcast as your last assignment. So I thought that perhaps that's not relevant now. So I'll just leave it as a radio ad. And here is a long description. I want us to go through this now so that you can ask your questions and everything is as clear as possible. Can everybody please open the learning assignment 4, create a radio ad from your computers. Tell me when you're there. Everyone also from home, Gedrius, Rimantas, please go to Moodle. Thomas. I found it very disrespectful that people are coming and going like this. I just want to say it for the record. They could have informed that they're leaving or they're having something to do, but does anyone know if they have somewhere else to be or... No? Okay. What?
I think no one else.
Nobody knows. Okay, but I think this is disrespectful. I just say it again for the record. And I'm equally offended now that I'm not there. Actually, I'm more offended than even being there in person, or equally, I would say equally. But in any case, their loss, everything is evaluated in this life. And you're soon professionals, you're graduating, so everything is taken into consideration, everyone's manners, behavior, and also competence and skills. You can be the best, smartest person, but you have no communication skills, and this is what we're trying here to learn. And yeah, it wouldn't take you very far, I think. Yes. So everyone has this assignment in front of them from Moodle. I will just go through with you so that if you have some questions, I want you to interrupt me, okay? Wherever you are, just say, Krista, hang on a second, I just want to clarify this so that I can do a better assignment. I appreciate people who ask questions. I don't appreciate people who don't ask questions and then go out and do something and then say, oh, sorry, I was confused, but I never bothered to ask. So first of all, I want you to go, these are now step-by-steps what I want you to do for this task. Go to Interbrand website, and here is the link to the website. I can open it in a new tab so we can see it. And Interbrand.com every year posts a ranking of the top 100 brands of the year. Based on different factors, you can read about, they have a great website, a lot of information, you can see it here if you're interested in marketing. So they have a nice website with lots of information. Here is all the pages they have. Now they renew their website with these cubes. I'm not so sure I like it, but you can read about them, what they are and what they do. So Interbrand is the world's leading brand consultancy with networks in 31 offices in 27 countries, blah, blah, blah. And annually, as I said, they made this best global brands ranking. It is indeed highly influential, and many brands are very happy to be on the top 100 of Interbrand brands. So here you see in this link, there's a number of brands, technology brands, entertainment brands, automobile, fashion brands, etc., food brands, social media brands, all kinds of brands. So I want you to go through all these logos and select one and say that, aha, MTV, this is something that interests me. I want to work make my radio ad for this brand. So then you select MTV. Then, once you select MTV, for example, or one of the brands, you research online or in books or wherever you find information about advertising campaigns from your brand throughout its existence. So I want you to go to Google and type MTV ads. What ads MTV has done throughout these years that it exists. And then make a short presentation, or it will be a report. In your report, actually, perhaps I can clarify here that it will be part of a report that what is the key message of this ad and for what target audience is it meant, what is the creative idea, purpose, how it ties with brand strategy, etc., etc. Other issues, do they use a celebrity endorsement, do they use other environmental or social causes, whatnot, okay? So you can find at least, here I have here 2 representative ads at least, because below is the structure of the report. And then in teams of 5 people at least, or you can see what's a good number for your team, but I wouldn't be more than 5 people. Create your own original, unique 30-second radio ad for your next campaign of your chosen brand. So first I want you to do a small research about the brand, get to know it a little bit, like what have they done, what target audience, creative idea, purpose, blah, blah, blah. Then I want you to create a radio ad as if it would be made for the next campaign of MTV or Hewlett-Packard or whatever. And here are the steps, one by one. Understand what the product is, think about the target audience, describe the company, create an engaging copy, and then I give you an example. What is the copy? Copy is basically the text. What words will the radio ad will say? Remember that most people who are listening to radio ads are usually driving a car. I've done lots of radio, I've done 6 years of radio, and many of my listeners were listening from the car, and I had to give perhaps certain information to them, or about the traffic, for example, or I had to make sure that when I ask a question or ask them to do something, that they're driving a car, so they cannot go there while driving and start typing answers back to me, right? So you have to know whether you're behind the microphone or you're making something for the radio, who is your audience, where are they found, most probably, right? If you think about it, most time you listen to radio, it's while you're in the car, unless you have some other music. But nowadays, it's not like in the 60s you had a radio in your house and everybody could listen, and that was a thing that you did in your day, like everybody gather around and listen to the radio. Now a radio is often listened to from a car, or maybe from a shopping center or somewhere else where they play a certain radio station, like a store, all right, unless they have a Spotify, who knows. So make sure that you take that into consideration. Then, step 5, use multiple aspects of sound to create that desire. So, for instance, as we heard in the massive music sonic branding video, the 3rd video that we watched today, if you're selling a beverage, maybe you hearing the bottle opening can be very exciting. Like, look, like it immediately comes a beer in your head or a can of Coke, right? When I say the words "hear bottle open," to my mind, I think immediately a Pepsi can open, or a Coca-Cola bottle, or a Heineken bottle, because we're so used to seeing and hearing these sounds and seeing these images, bottles opening and sounds of fizzy bubbles fizzing there in our ears and in our minds. It's been what we call sound recall in the beginning of the session. So certain sounds helps you remember information. And then time your ad copy, your text, your script for a duration of 30 seconds. Commercials can be 10, 15 or 30 seconds maximum, and I know it sounds so maybe small to you, so short, but to fill in 30 seconds, it might be quite a daunting task, or it might be very easy. But in any case, I want to see how you manage to say a short message in 30 seconds. Okay? So basically what I want from you is a short report, a few pages, that contains this. Who is the team members? What is the brand you have chosen from the interbrand side? Did you choose any of this top 100 of 2015, and which one was it? Say that I work for Johnson & Johnson. Okay. And then I want you to answer to these questions. Present your brand. 2 ads you can find. Those ads can be printed ads, TV ads, or radio ads. And I would like you to attach them here as an annex, to put them here in your report as well. And then I want you to write here the ad copy of your own radio advertisement, your script, a slogan that you create, a body copy that you use rational or emotional appeal, so the text, the body copy is the text, the script, other things that you want to use, metaphors, figures of speech, anything else extra you want to use. And then I want you to actually create that ad that will come as an annex. So it will come at the end. So the report is one thing, as you see here. The report is one thing, and then the original advertisement, the radio ad, should be, sorry, this is a mistake here, wrong date. This is the correct, Monday 19th. The ad would come as an addition to the report. So report plus ad. That's the main thing I want you to remember. Now, questions.
There is one question in relatance if the brand would be a publishing style, like making books or something.
It has to be one of the top 100 brands, okay?
Ah, okay, understood.
Yeah. So find a brand that is in the beginning of this list there. So we can. Do you have a specific company in mind, or something you're working now for an existing client, or what do you have in mind?
Well, I did have in mind to do a radio ad with Paizo Publishing's latest product, but however, Paizo isn't classified as brands. I'm basically back to the drawing board.
Sorry, what was your brand again? I couldn't hear. Okay, are you writing something? Let me see, because now I'm not. Paizo Publishing, okay. Is it a Lithuanian company or?
No, it's not Lithuanian. I would consider it more either American or British.
What do they publish usually? What's in their collection of their portfolio?
Primarily books for the role-playing game Pathfinder.
Okay. Of course, if you want to use that company, but make sure that by me, that's fine. As long as if you can find information about previous ad campaigns that they have done. That's why I suggested the top 100, because there's lots of information online that you can find and benchmark and research and see what they've done, so get some ideas. But if you can find some ads that if you want to contact them, or see how it goes. If you can find some material that will help you with your research, so what they have done in the past and what are their audience, and probably you have read their books and played their games if they publish games also, whatnot, so you have some insider information. But if you feel that you don't have so much information, perhaps then you can go back to the actual brief, like the Interbrand website. Do as you feel that it makes your life easy, that you have material and you're not struggling. Is it okay?
Yes, it is okay.
Thank you, Gedrius. Good question. Other questions, please? Silence. No news, good news, or are we so confused? Is it clear? I will ask Regimandas. Rimandas from home. Open your mic. You don't have microphone, you say. You can type. Is it clear about your creating your own radio ad? Oh, I don't know if he's there. Yes, it is, but I think that there will be some questions on the way. Yes, so please feel free to ask then when you have the question. Thomas, how about you? Do you have some questions? If you don't have a mic, you can put them in the chat box. Now, what else I want to share with you here at the end of the about how to actually do it. Do you have any ideas how will you do your radio ads?
Nope.
With what tools? I mean, do you know?
I believe with the program known as Audacity.
Yes, Audacity. I will send you. I will put in Moodle all the information that I have from Audacity. So this is a good program for you to download and use. I will also share with you lots of free stuff, like free sounds. Of course, you can find your own material. So for example, what I want you to do is to decide, okay, I make an ad about a beer, okay, but what has this beer company done before? They have done this and this and that, but what do we want to do differently? Then you thinking there with your team, you creating the script, and then you have yourselves recording that radio ad. Maybe there's 2 people on the beach talking, and they use any of these emotional appeals, eroticism, warmth, whatever, love, happiness, right? And then, okay, when you find this, then you go to the actual script. What does the man say? What does the woman? Then you need to find who will do the male voice, who will do the female voice, okay? Then you need to find some background music. Do we hear the waves at the back, right? Which means that people, the listeners, understand that they are on the beach. So now I want you in 30 seconds to see who speaks, what do they say, to who do they say it, what's the background noise and effects, sound effects. So this is what I want you to think about. But you have to think at the top, do the research about your brand, see what they've been doing, and then select what advertising appeals you plan to use, to which needs of the target audience you want to appeal to, and then come down with a script. And then once you see that I need male voice, I need a child, or, you know, not for the beer, but for something else. Maybe you have a different brand, let's say Disney, and you want to make a Disney commercial, a radio ad. So you want to have children happy, and so maybe you find something online that you can use, or you can ask your little brother to say something, right? I want you to be creative, but I will send you lots of information about Audacity and free sound effects that you can use. So at the end of the day, I want to see a short report, 2 pages maximum, and then at the end attach the radio ad. It could be a link to Podomatic.com or some other service online, or to a Dropbox, or to wherever you want to include an audio file, right? YouTube or whatever. Okay?
Okay.
Back in the class, auditorium 406. Who is in the class now? There's Regimantas, Audrius. Who's behind you guys? What?
He's shy to talk.
What is his name? What is your name? Are you my student?
No.
Can you come to the camera, please, in front? Just walk a little bit behind you so I can see you better. Yes, come. Good. Yeah, here in front. Yes. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Povilas.
What was it?
Povilas.
Povilas.
Yes.
Somehow. Okay, so I haven't seen your face before, or have we? Have you come closer to the camera before? No.
No.
Okay. Are you studying in this media communication course?
Yes.
Right.
I always sitting in the back end.
Why is that? Can you sit next time there so that I can see you more often? I would love to see you. So you can sit in that table behind you, or there where Regimantas is with Audrius, so you're not alone. How did you do the previous assignments?
Yes, with Tautvydas, Katrina, and Justinas.
That was the assignment number 3, right?
Yeah.
And then how about the first assignment? Have you submitted that? Have I graded you for that first one?
I done only VAR questions.
Okay, because I don't remember then. Yeah, because you have still that first assignment to do, so that I could get to know you a little bit better. So do assignment number 1, and have you done assignment number 2, the theories of communication, the infographic?
Yes.
This is what you did with a group of 3. Okay, but did you do then the other assignment last week that we have, or for this week, the news story assignment?
No.
No. Okay, so basically you need to do assignment number 1 and assignment number 3. So assignment number 1 is only for you. You do it individually, okay? And then assignment number 3, you can see in Moodle, you have to do it with some other people, and you have to create some news story. Basically, I want you to make a video that would play on the news, on TV. You have to find some interesting topic that is newsworthy, something interesting that happens in your city. It could be sports, culture, education, anything that's happening. Small or big event, for example, and you can make some news story that you can, with your group of people. That's a group assignment, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. You see? Very good. Now we communicate better when we are a bit closer. Is somebody else, is Gidis there or has he left?
I'm here.
Gidis, turn a little bit, Regimandas, turn the camera a little bit to the other way, not to see you all the time, but to see who else is there. Very good. So there we have more students. So let me ask you about the radio ad that we have. So is the description clear? What is expected from you?
Yes, everything sounds clear.
What is the name of the girl there? What's your name? Yeah. Yes, you. Yes. What is your name?
Sevilla.
Sevilla, yes. I just went through now the radio ad assignment description. Do you have some questions?
No, I don't have.
Okay. Is it clear? A short report plus a 30-second radio ad. Mm-hmm. Good. Please ask me if you have some questions. How about Gidis table there from your group? Is anyone who has any questions regarding the tasks?
Looks like no one has any questions.
Okay. Have you finished your news story?
Sorry?
Have you finished the task number 3, your news story?
We're still working on it, but we are finishing it. So I think we will upload it this week, maybe.
Okay. All right. Please do that as soon as possible, because as you see now, we have this radio ad coming plus one more. As I said from the beginning, bear with me, this is an intensive course, and as we agreed, it's better to finish now in October than later on when you have in November all your exams and everything, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Good. I will close here today's session. It's 1:30. I want you to use this time now to work on radio ad, at least find your teams, see who's going to work with you, choose a brand, do some basic team division, you do this, you do that, right? If you're 5 people, think smart. You can do that quite efficiently. And I will send you all this material, or I will upload in Moodle that I promised you about the Audacity that you can download and some free stuff that you can download, and basically very simply making your own radio ad. Okay? Good. So Gedrius is asking, repeat the name of that site, please. You mean Audacity?
No, where you wanted us to, from where you want the links uploaded.
There was one site I mentioned, Podomatic, but I will Podomatic. I sent you now in the chat, but it's a site where you can upload podcasts and audio files. But I will send you everything in Moodle. Doesn't matter. You can upload it anywhere. It could be an audio file shared on you know, YouTube. It could be on Dropbox. But Podomatic has the possibility. I use it. I can share my screen and show you. It's very good for podcast. Podomatic.com. So you can upload there. Once you made your audio file, you can sign up with Facebook or log in. So here it is. But check this, please. Podomatic.com. Do you see my screen? Yeah. This is it. Podomatic. Yes. So, I want you to work. Take a small break, or you can go with your friends and colleagues to have a break and talk about the task, but don't let the task, please, go and pile up until the end of the course. It's more difficult for you, more difficult for me. So show me some good time management. I'm very happy with your group. It's obvious that you're third-year students, so you're more, perhaps, you know to deal with assignments and time management better than, let's say, other first-year students and that are just new to the 4-year students. Yes, Gedrius, I remember you're very advanced or already there in the system. Any other questions? Anything I can help you with? Anything I can clarify? Let me know.
In terms of
Gedrius has a question. Let's listen to him. Yeah.
in terms of duration, only 30 seconds is maximum, right?
Yes, absolutely maximum, and it's even too long. But 30 seconds is fine, but not more than 30 seconds. Right? And remember
Understood.
to always time it. Time it, because you see when you record and you put people to speak, there's going to be lots of Make sure that it's fast-paced or based on how you want it to be. Okay? Let me hear some really nice ads from you. I want to see creativity. Go through my Prezi, find out about the emotional appeals, the rational appeals. Make some cool stuff, okay? Experiment. All right? Other questions, please, from the auditorium?
Will there be tomorrow a session?
We said that perhaps we don't take the Wednesday sessions if we have on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Is it okay with you?
Yes.
You can get more time to work, but please, the fact that then we don't have that, it's not that you're not working, because this is a 6-credit course and you have to pull lots of effort to get those credits, right?
Yes.
Okay. What I can do, actually, who asked Gideon? That's a good point. What I could do, I will put you a deadline for tomorrow for the radio ad, that at least you, like, instead of being in class, those 2 hours, I want you for 2 hours to work on finding your ad and completing the first small task, the research, okay? So that's due tomorrow, so that you can get a step out of the way, because otherwise you'll just leave it for next week and next week. So I'll put that small deadline in Moodle, so you spend that time doing that, okay? To get you started. Let's do that, guys and ladies and gentlemen. All right? Other questions?
Yes.
What?
The thing is, there's only like 8 to 10 students attending commonly to my group. And does it necessarily have to be a 5-man team?
No, it doesn't have to be, but think smart. What do you want to do? You can do it the whole by yourself if you want, but that's more work for you. If you're willing to take that, if you think that's easier for you to do it.
No, it's because, well, our entire study schedule, our entire study plan is a lot different from theirs.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. But do you have, Gedrius, some people that you would like to work with and you can work with?
There are a couple of people that would be willing and able to cooperate.
Okay, but only
contacting is an issue.
Okay, only exception I can recognize is for Gedrius because it's fourth year student, has a different schedule. So what I said about tomorrow does not apply to Gedrius, but I trust that he will do everything according to the deadline next week. The rest of you, tomorrow, 2 hours you need to spend on completing the first small task, to really finding the brand from Interbrand and then doing those small bullet points. What's the key message? What's the key audience? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? At least in bullet points, I would like to see one slide, one piece of information, all right?
Okay.
For tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. I'll put it in Moodle so everybody can see. See you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.